Hello and welcome to the studio, the world famous Mermaid Lounge, for a special Black Friday edition of Free Beer with Charlie. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. Hope everybody in the Free Beer with Charlie community is doing good today. How are you, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm great. Other than being a little cloudy today, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess everybody survived Black Friday okay.
Whew, I hope so.
It was a rough one.
Yeah, it's always rough.
You do any Black Friday shopping?
Well, now that you brought it up, I'd like to say that my wife and daughter did some Black Friday shopping. My son and I went to look for new beer. So, we're always, trying to get out in our community and talk to people. And yesterday, being Black Friday, I actually ran into Terry from Springfield, Missouri, and got talking to him about beer. And, I told him, we're always looking, and please email us if you find anything out there in our communities that, that you can turn us on to, that we can try, sample. It'd be fantastic.
This email address right here will be perfect.
But anyway, Terry asked me, he said, Charlie, you ever heard of Bourbon County? And obviously he could tell by the look on my face that I hadn't. So he said, oh my, have we got a story for you.
So Bourbon County, that must be what this unusual setup is here.
Yes.
First of all, I see you've moved us down to small glasses.
Well, our success rate with that one last really high alcohol by volume beer that we don't mention its name anymore.
Oh, the crazy one?
Yeah.
That was a brewski?
Yeah, the crazy one that gives me chills every time you say it. Oh my gosh. Well, this is in stiff competition. This is running 14.7% by volume.
When you say competition, you can't be talking about the quality or flavor, because the aroma from this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm talking strictly from the alcohol by volume content.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing that's going to compete no matter what happens. But yes, the aroma is unbelievable coming off.
Very nice.
Very, very pleasant.
So Charlie, how's the story go?
Well, our story starts back in 1988. John Hull, who's the original creator of Goose Island Beer Company.
Oh, we've heard of that.
We've all heard of Goose Island by now. He took a trip over to Europe. What he wanted to do was he wanted to travel the continent, literally pint for pint. He wanted to savor the flavor, the culture of the region. And when John came back to the U.S., he settled down in his hometown of Chicago. He thought, because of the area, now you got to remember, Big Al, back in 1988, craft brews weren't a big thing like they are today.
Right.
And so what John, I got to give him props. What he wanted to do is he wanted to get the community involved. So after he got his brew house up and started brewing beer, he invited people to come back to watch the brewing process.
Ah, neat.
Check out this and other beers at freebeerwithcharlie.com.
So you're saying they started making this in 1988?
No, actually, this reserve line they started making in 1992, and we'll pull up a picture of the bottle where you can actually see it's embossed and everything is actually sharp on the front of it that tells that. But anyway, what they did, and I thought was unique, is they aged this for a minimum 8 to 12 months before we ever get it.
Now, do they pour bourbon in the beer? How does that become a bourbon beer?
Well, what they actually do is they take their beer, pour it in bourbon barrels, and then they let it age in there for the 8 to 12 months. And what I thought was interesting is that they do it in non-climate controlled environment. So basically there's a warehouse full of barrels of beer sitting around. And I thought, well, why would they do that?
In the winter and the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in Chicago, you have such extreme summer days and extreme cold winter days that you get this, the expanding and contracting of the barrels. And according to their website, that is what extracts those bourbon flavors out of those barrel staves.
So what kind of bourbon do they use in this?
You
don't know?
There's several, which I thought was another unique fact, but I'm going to have to pull out the book of brews.
Oh, yes.
So I don't get these wrong, because my understanding is every year they use different bourbon barrel companies.
Yeah.
So let me get on my specs so I can read something here. I'll get out the
Book of Brews.
The Book of Brews and see what
22nd chapter, I believe is.
Yeah, first book of Charles. Okay, now according to this year's Bourbon County Stout, aged in a mix of Heaven Hill, Buffalo Trace, and Wild Turkey barrels.
Wow. Okay.
Now, the other thing I thought is, we've talked about our different varieties of beer, and what I thought was unique about this is the complexity of this, because it's actually made with Millennium hops. It's got 2-row malt, black malt, caramel malt, chocolate malt, Munich tin malt, and roasted barley.
I think you could buy a couple of 6-packs for what you paid for this bottle.
Yes. If you're on a tight budget,
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. We have to admit, we had a little sample of this what do you think? Let's just get into it.
Yes.
I mean, let's talk about it.
The aroma that's coming off these glasses anyway is amazing.
I know, it's getting to me. And what do you think about that?
I mean, that is sweet. That is...
I actually, what came to mind was Twizzlers. There's something about that sweet red licorice smell.
Yes, it's very sweet smell. Very pleasant.
Oh, this
This would make a great car freshener.
Oh yeah, the smell would.
Yeah.
I mean, the aroma just sitting here on the table has been getting me. But that's wonderful. I say we just let's take a sample.
All right. Oh my goodness! Wow, that is really nice.
I mean, for our community out there, Big Al, I would skip 2 6-packs to have another bottle of that.
Yeah.
I really would.
Yeah.
Even if you're not. What amazes me, we talked earlier about the last high alcohol content we tried. I don't know how to tell you how smooth this is.
This isn't scary.
I mean, no, it's not
good.
scary. It doesn't hurt.
It's a sipping beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely sipping. You're
Hot
not gonna,
summer day, you want to down a beer.
Yeah.
This isn't it.
No. You might do one, and that would be it. Your day would be over.
It's complex. It's got just a lot of things going on in there.
I don't even know what are we going to give that on a flavor, because there's so many there.
What'd you give it on a smell?
On a smell, I'd say a 3.
A 3 on smell.
It's that so
Very
full-bodied,
pleasant
very
and
pleasant.
Full of aroma.
I mean, it's almost like every time you take a sip of it, you get another flavor. It's like it keeps adding.
The sweetness isn't crazy though. It's not. I wouldn't say a 3, maybe a 2
On sweetness?
on flavor or smell or sweetness.
On sweetness, yeah, because I would say 2, because it is a sweet taste, but it's not. It's above what a normal beer is.
Yeah.
I have to say that. So yeah, I'd say 2 is a good level.
See now, I get a hint of black licorice myself, but I'm a coffee drinker and I taste things differently. I know than you do.
And I think that's why
You don't like coffee.
Yeah, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but and that may be why I get more the sweet red licorice side of it. But oh my gosh, that is good. So, what do you think overall on this one?
I mean, this has got to be a 5. This is the type of stuff we're looking for.
Now, I got to agree with Big Al for uniqueness, for full-bodiedness, I mean, that is definitely a sipping bourbon there. I mean, that is fantastic. That's what we're looking for. Everybody out there in our community, I'm serious. I would skip the next 2 6-packs you're going to buy one of those.
Get you one of these. Treat yourself. Sit back.
And that's well worth it. And for what we're looking for, anybody out there in our community that has anything comparable to that, it's wonderful. Please send us an email, let us know about it. We'd love to get our hands on it. Big Al, here's to God, guns, and rock and roll.
Amen. Oh yes, that is nice.
That is good.
And don't forget, I'm Big Al.
I'm Charlie.
Until next time.
Okay, we'll start from there.
So, Charlie,
He set out on a trip over Europe. He literally traveled the continent, savoring the beer, literally pint by pint across the whole continent.
Are you going to say literally a lot of times?
Did I say that a bunch?
Twice already.
Oh,
but
damn.
Just checking.
I'll start over then. Darn, literally is such a good word.
It is a good word. But
As long as you say it once, and I'm
people
64.
overuse it. Well, hi everybody. Glad you could join us here on this special episode. Hope your week's been going good today. Or this, boy, I tell you what.
for uniqueness.
That's just
It's already,
right there.
it's already affected me. For uniqueness.
For uniqueness. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this special episode. You know, I'm not even going to say that because that sticks me every time. Okay, here we go.
We'll just do our normal entry.
I will.
Just say,
I
hey,
will. I'm doing it. And if you don't like it,
producer boy.